Whatever, man. How many times have you heard that word, whatever? You know, I hear it all the time in just day-to-day life when I'm interacting with people on the road or on calls. You know, I hear this word, whatever. I hate the word because it embodies really the theme for this week, which is indifference. You know, Stephen Pressfield says that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. I think that's a really, really powerful phrase, and I think he's right. One of my fellow thought leaders, Bo Eason, says that most of our society today has become homogenized. That's the word he uses. He's repurposed that word to reflect and to illustrate just kind of the apathetic attitude that is out there today. And this month, our overall theme is Know Thy Enemy. And I say that as a former soldier and former Green Beret who that was drilled into me, that before you did any operation, before you stepped off on any plan, you had to know your enemy first, and you would spend an exhaustive amount of time understanding the arena that you were going to operate in, the terrain, the weather, the climate, the social conditions, but also the enemy. And so the enemy that would put itself between you and the objective of your mission. Well, for Rooftop Leadership, it's really no different. It's no different at all, in the sense that we are here, if you're watching this and you believe like I believe that we're here to do something bigger than ourselves, to leave tracks in this world, then it's a safe bet that the enemy, resistance or other self-sabotage or even external actors, is going to put itself between us and our higher purpose, what we're trying to achieve. It's guaranteed. It's the one thing we can count on when we're doing high-performance stuff, is that the enemy is going to show up. So understanding that enemy and what it actually means and finding ways to work through it is the essence of this month and the essence of this week for sure when it comes to indifference. Because what I want you to understand in the context of doing your work, whether it's in sales, whether it's a stay-at-home parent, whether it is as a corporate leader or an entrepreneur or a nonprofit, if you're doing something that's bigger than you are, or as Daniel Pink says, non-sales selling, moving people to take action, which 8 out of 9 Americans in the professional market have to do, then you're going to face certain conditions that are between you and that higher purpose, the enemy. And indifference is a big part of it. It ties closely into that guppy effect, right? The 8 seconds of the attention span of the average human, one less than a goldfish, and a guppy has twice as much. So when you combine the distraction along with the trust depletion, what you normally see a lot of times is indifference. It's not outright hostility. It's just, whatever. So how do you breach that? How do you deal with that? The first thing is to know it's there and to consider it and stop doing the old things that you learned through traditional leadership, right? Because I said so, damn it, with your hands on your hips. That's not going to work in the realm of indifference any more than it will lecturing your teenager. What will work is a human connection. What will work is understanding the other party's wants and pain points, meeting them where they are, and using the Rooftop leadership skills to make that human connection and to get them ready to listen in the 8 seconds or so that you have, which means you better have some game with empathy, physicality, leaning in, attunement, active listening, a hook in your story that lands people and draws them in. Like last night before this filming, I did a post on the guppy effect or the goldfish effect, and I talked about the 8 seconds, and a guy on LinkedIn said, I made it for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, done. Like he wanted to prove to me that he watched it. Well, guess what? I got him to listen for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, right, Jamie? Mission accomplished. That's the point I'm trying to make. You got to cut through the indifference, and you cut through the indifference by getting back to the primal ancestral skills that make humans put down their devices and listen. Give it some thought. Work on it this week. I'll see you on the rooftop.